Hey guys, how's it going? This is Brad coming at you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I have got 5 town square centerpieces for you today. I've got a well, I've got a gazebo, I've got a fountain, I've got a clock tower, and I've got a statue with a garden around it. And these are all meant to be, well, as I stated, centerpieces for a town square. Sometimes it's hard to find fillers for that center, and so I thought of what would you find normally in the middle of a town square, and I think these 5 ideas are going to inspire you and just kind of give you something that you can slap right in the center as a focal point for your town, for that town square for people to gather around. And I'm in love with everything that we've come up with, and I can't wait to get in these and show you. So let's get going. Okay, to start us off, what Minecraft village wouldn't be complete without a nice well? And this one is a beauty. Let me tell you, it's definitely very medieval fantasy wizard tower-esque, especially with this roof. Man, I just love this roof. But let's get into this. Here at the base, what we did, we used a blast furnace, stone bricks, and then a polished blackstone button right here on the stone bricks, not the polished bricks, but the stone bricks, just to add a little detail. This blast furnace, man, let me tell you, it is a detailed block in its own, and whenever you use it, you just get so much more out of it by just that single block right there. And then to round it off, we use stone brick wall and mossy stone brick wall mixed in. But man, I faced this furnace facing this way, and you get this little extra added detail that nobody else is going to see, but when you place it, you look at it and you're like, man, that is perfect. And then of course here on the corners we use smooth stone. Moving up to the pillars, it's a very simple design, but man, it adds a lot of detail. This anvil, and then a polished blackstone brick wall. Really any kind of wall would do, and then just another anvil on top. And let me tell you, look at that. Look at how much different that feels versus just regular blocks going up, or even just fence posts. I mean, fence posts work, but man, especially with the kind of the size that we're working with, man, that is perfect. On the inside here, we used a grindstone and then an oak fence for our rope, you know, just kind of dropping down for our bucket, or our bucket's down in the water. And then it is suspended on this log, and the log is suspended on itself too. I really like the design of this. It's suspended with the chains and these oak planks, or it makes it look like it's suspended with those oak planks going across there. And then it is attached to another spruce log fixture with barrels kind of fastening it all together. And I think it just kind of adds a lot to look at when you creep up here. And then over here, this is where you come and you work in my mind, this is you pull this down, and then it lowers and raises the bucket here with another grindstone on top and bottom, and then oak fence right there in the middle. Moving it up to the roof, it is just, we made this nice shape. We started with the shape on all 4 sides out of jungle planks, jungle stairs, and then a jungle slab there on the bottom of those stairs, just to add a little bit more shape to it. But just kind of work this shape out. And then place some acacia fences right there in the middle, hung some lanterns on a couple of sides there. And then up here on the top, just to give you one more level, just a jungle trapdoor right there. And that kind of just helps kind of fill out that shape there and helps shape up the roof the rest of the way. And all I did was just kind of frame that shape out with the gray concrete and mixed in some gray wool in there. And then added some walls and some fences just to kind of detail it out a little bit more. And there you go. You get this nice kind of wizard-esque tower roof. And one more thing that I love these jungle trap doors, just kind of giving a little edge or a rim around all of the different levels. When it goes up a new level, it has that jungle just kind of carrying that color through the roof. But yes, I think I love how this well turned out. There's a lot to look at, but it's very easy detail that you can get together in your world for this nice well for your centerpiece. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, for our next design, we've got this beautiful gazebo garden, and don't be intimidated. Just take some inspiration from all of the detail in this, but it's very easy. All it is, let the blocks do the work for you. Just pick some interesting blocks, work with them, and let that do most of the detail work for you. And trust me, you're going to make something just as beautiful as this. But to get down here on the bottom, we use stone bricks, some cracked stone bricks, stone brick stairs obviously there, and then some mossy stone brick. And I just mixed in the cracked stone stone brick kind of here and there, and then the mossy stone brick anywhere there was kind of a bush nearby, or even by our flower beds, kind of like the green was rubbing off, or you know, the moss was actually growing from the greenery to that, and it made sense in my mind. Moving up to these pillars, again, these pillars are very beautiful, very interesting. Underneath it's just some oak trap doors, and underneath that just a stripped oak log, just to give you that kind of carry that color underneath there. The beehive, the lectern, cobblestone wall, another lectern, another beehive, and then right on top, just to add one more level of layer or level of detail, is just a trap door on top of that. And those pillars, man, let me tell you, they are beautiful. And then to coming off here in our main area, the sitting area, coming off of these pillars, the cobblestone wall is just upside down stair of the cobblestone, another wall coming up underneath our log, and then the oak gate. But any gate will work here, but whenever you put a gate next to a wall, it lowers it down, as you can see, and so you get this nice curvature whenever you kind of throw those gates together side by side when one's attached to the wall, and it gives you that nice detail. Again, let the blocks do the work for you. Over here on this side, on our wings, all the wings are the same. We have an oak fence and just the oak gates and the oak fence dropping down. Again, any wood texture or color would work, and then just gates on that side. And then up here, we just kind of shaped it out with the logs a little bit more, just to kind of add a little bit more strength to the gazebo. On the wings, we used the campfire design. I really love that design. Again, talking about letting the blocks do the work for you. The campfire block is such a beautiful block and just does so much for you. And then up here on top in our main part, man, so all of this is just the campfire block, but up here I just kind of wrapped on top of our logs the campfire again, which just added just that little bit, just a little bit more detail in there. And then just the beehive block again, kind of filling out the top here. And then up here, just trapdoors finishing that. And then we broke this, we've got the vines hanging down with that. And as you can see up here, it's a solid roof, but these are sticking up a little bit more. The reason why I did that is whenever you bring these vines on the inside, you can still stand underneath here and you can see the trapdoor through it. So it's not like here where you have to break the block. You can actually, it feels like a solid roof. And then for our chairs, we just use slabs, trap doors, and fences. And then, or no, signs. Those are not fences, those are signs. And then on the sides, we've got raised flower beds with spruce doors around them, spruce trap doors around them, just different flowers in. And then this one down here is just a regular flower bed. It's not a raised one, with the trap doors just laying flat on the roof. And then just some lanterns for some lighting. And man, let me tell you, this is a beautiful, we've got some hanging plants with the chains and the ferns and the flower pots there, but this is a beautiful look, man. I really just wish this was built on the outside of my house right now, that I could just go sit and enjoy, but it's going to look beautiful in the center of your town square. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, for our third design, we have this very elegant looking fountain. And man, what makes it elegant, what makes it fancy is just the quartz. Really, just the quartz feels like a fancy block. It just makes it feel elegant. And so for our base down here, we use the quartz bricks, we use the smooth quartz stairs and smooth quartz slabs, and mostly it's made out of the bricks, but we sprinkled in the stairs and the slabs as you go around, just to kind of help shape it out a little bit more. For these pillars, it's just the quartz pillar block and then the prismarine brick slab to cap it off. And as you go around, the pillars, they get one block taller. So you've got what, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I think it just helps pull you through the build, and it's a very nice design. For water, instead of just making it plain Jane, we slapped in some prismarine walls in there. Obviously, those are waterlogged. And then the end rod that's sitting on top of there. And then the lily pad just kind of sitting on the water just to add a little bit to the water. So, like I said, it's not plain Jane. For our base, it's white concrete sprinkled in with some light gray glazed terracotta. And that block right there, I tell you what, is the best glazed terracotta texture and color wise. I just love this one, and it just definitely fits the color scheme that we got going on here. For the inside of this fountain here, obviously we got to be able to know there's water going up, and so I had an enchanting table in there. I wanted to do something, but the water going up there, I think it looks good even though it's flowing down. And then it's just kind of got some chains hanging down with some more glazed terracotta and some cyan carpet on there. Just kind of an interesting window shape. Over on this side, it's just stairs making that, so nothing special there. But on the corners here, we've got these nice statues, and it's a very popular design. Nothing that I came up with, but you can see the shoulders there, coming down the arms, holding on to the sword. The head is the iron block with a little hat there, and then he's kind of got, what I see is one knee. That he's down on one knee, and here's the other knee sticking out. And we even sprinkled in the chiseled court block there. And so, yeah, I think that was a nice design just to add a little bit of more detail for the base here. So it's not just a square thing that the water's flowing off. For our pavilion or gazebo, our pillars are the supports is the end stone wall. And then if you come around on this side, to work out the shape, it's just smooth court blocks and then the smooth court slabs. So there's 3 of those blocks, then the slabs on the ends, and then the upside down stairs of that block, and then another slab right there on top of that, and just kind of create that shape. And that kind of flows on up, and then we sprinkled in the glazed terracotta. Whenever there would be, you would see half of it. Again, I don't want to use too much, it's just half of it, and I think it works out good. We slapped some cyan stained glass panes there, and then just kind of tapped it off with the end stone brick wall and another end rod on top of there. Then we've got some vines hanging down, and one more thing, we've got these soul lanterns hanging down, and those again also going around, they get longer, so kind of changing heights like the pillars. But yeah, again, this is going to be a beautiful design that you can put in your town square, and man, it's going to be great. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, for our 4th design, we have this nice medieval style clock tower, and let me tell you, it is such a simple design, but yet there's enough detail that it just catches your eye. And when you say, man, that's not simple to me, but just trust me, it's not hard. It is very simple. All we did down here on the base is just slap cobblestone stairs around the base of the logs and as supports, and I think that just adds a lot of detail whenever you've got a pillar kind of like this. Slap a stair, especially for this build style, and it just adds a little bit more. For our shape here, this is just a 5x3. This is a 4x3, and then the clock up here is a 3x3. So very simple. It's just framed out with spruce logs, and then on the corners here, whenever there would be intersecting logs that they need to be bundled together, we got a barrel right there, and I think that's a beautiful block that just kind of helps. Almost, it makes my mind think, okay, yeah, that block could be tying all of these logs together, attaching them together. Down here on the bottom, we just filled it up with some spruce planks, and then upside down spruce stairs on the edge there, and then the spruce trap doors, just to kind of shape that doorway out a little bit more, and then a lantern hanging in there. Moving up to the next part where the window is, all we did is slap spruce stairs in the corners and then filled it out with the spruce trap doors, and you get this nice diamond shape. For the backing here, it's just the stripped birch log and the birch planks, just kind of mixed and matched. This pattern does not repeat on any of the sides. This whole thing is the same thing on all 4 sides, but this changes, this pattern does. And then some spruce fence right there for our window. Moving up for a clock, again for the 3x3, it's just the spruce stairs in the corner, the bone block for the backing of the clock, and then just a spruce fence and the stone buttons for our numbers up here. And I think that's a beautiful, very simple design, but yet it does what it needs to do, and it says, I'm a clock. Moving on up to the next little section, again we just used the strip birch log and the birch plank texture, just kind of mix and match. We slapped some grindstones up here. I think it's a very nice, almost kind of masonry work up there at the top, just to add a little bit of detail. We shaped out this roof very nicely with it's a very simple shape, upside down cobblestone stair, and then a cobblestone block, and then right side cobblestone stair, and then just repeat it. And then up here, it's just a slab, full block, and then a stair facing that way. So very simple design. And on the corners where they meet, it's just a wall. Very beautiful. Just another level of added detail right there that you can get. Then we just dropped down with some oak fences and then did our lanterns with the chains, and again they're all different heights, just like our fountain, just kind of mixing around. Definitely gives it a very fancy feel when you drop it to different heights. And then some lanterns up here at the top. For the roof, to finish it off, we filled it in with spruce, and then just slap these campfires on the top here. And when you're sitting down here, it just gives that little extra detail that's going to grab someone's attention, that they're going to think, I didn't put that in my build, but yet it does the trick to grab attention just a little bit more. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, for the last build on this list, we have this beautiful statue garden centerpiece, and I am excited to get in this one with you. So we stair-stepped up, or kind of base down here, we stair-stepped up on slab level. So this is slab starting off, the stone brick, and then the black stone slab, and then these are actually full blocks here. So we just kind of went up at slab level, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Here, whenever we get to the garden, we have the smooth stone slab. Now, I stair-stepped up the slab because I wanted this to be a slab covering half of the iron gate there, or the iron fence. Shouldn't say iron gate, but the iron bars, because I don't like this look, seeing the full iron bars. I don't know, I don't like it, but man, where it's just half of it up there, it does a trick. And then for the garden, we just kind of some bushes and just different flowers that kind of fit a palette. And so yeah, a color palette, and just kind of mix and match the single tall flowers and some double tall flowers, and just kind of mix and match some foliage in there. For our statue, our base, to wrap the base, it's just smooth stone going around. It's just 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 1 in the corner there, and so that kind of starts off your shape. For this here, okay, we're just gonna, it's all the same on all 4 sides, but we're just gonna focus on one side. For this, we used the chiseled stone brick on all the corners here, and then we used the prismarine, or the andesite wall, excuse me, andesite wall, and then threw a couple more iron bars there. And then for our centerpiece here, it's just the stone brick stairs, a regular one, and then an upside down one, and then we have the prismarine bricks, and then the stairs repeat again. And so that is that. It's just the same thing repeated on all 4 sides. It's a lot of detail, but it's very simple once you have the block placement. For back here, we use the stone bricks, and again, we used the blast furnace to add a little bit of more detail with a very detailed out block. And I like how the base of this blast furnace kind of flows into that stone brick really nice. And so just a little bit of detail here on the corners. Moving up to move on to the next level, it's just stone brick stairs around the top of our original, what I just showed you, and then we just kind of carried that design up to the top. Again, just the chiseled stone brick on the corners, andesite wall, but just 1 this time, and 1 iron bar, and then 1 prismarine in the middle, and then just the stairs where they're right up against the block this time, the stone brick stairs. And then we added this polished basalt where it's facing us, so you don't see this texture, you just see the texture that's facing you, almost kind of like, it's like a log, so you kind of see that facing you, and then that just kind of finishes that out. And for our little statue here, it's just an anvil, again the polished basalt, a blast furnace, the observer for the face, and then we have the stone cutter kind of for the hat, and then the andesite walls for the arms, and then we made him a little staff, wizard staff type thing with the warp fence, and then the brewing stand, and then the lantern hanging down. And I think that creates just a nice little statue there to put on top there. But yeah, this one, I'm just really happy with how this one turned out, and I know it's going to look great as the centerpiece for your town square. Okay, that completes my 5 town square centerpieces. I hope that you enjoyed each and every one of these builds, because I enjoyed building them. I just really loved how each and every one of them turned out and kind of have their own feel, and definitely would be perfect to be sitting in a town square, the center of a town square, being a focal point. If you enjoyed this video, help me out by throwing a like down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to see more content that I put out. And I'm also, if you want to build one of these designs block for block, I'm going to put a world download out so that you can explore these up and close and in your face. You can get in here and get your hands on these designs if you wanted to recreate them in any way, or just kind of look at them a little bit more in depth. There's going to be a world download in the description below. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.